Welcome to the Big Movie Mouth Off. We're here at Movie Cinema Pub reviewing more movies. We're sponsored today by PC Laptops. I'm Jeff Weiss from MSN Entertainment.
And I'm Jimmy Martin with Slug Magazine. You can find the Big Movie Mouth Off on Xfinity Channel 6 and also on their on-demand system, right there in Utah On Demand, Salt Lake Alternative, and we are waiting there for you to come check us out.
On today's show, we'll be reviewing the Mel Gibson reclamation project, The Beaver.
Yes.
Pirates of the Caribbean on Stranger Tides, the fourth piece of the mega blockbuster puzzle. But we start off with Morgan Spurlock's new documentary feature, The Greatest Movie Ever Sold, which debuted at Sundance. It's the maker of Super Size Me investigating product placement and marketing and advertising by trying to get product placement and advertising to pay for his movie.
How meta.
So what I want to do is make a film all about product placement, marketing, and advertising, where the entire film is funded by product placement, marketing, and advertising. The goal of this whole film is transparency. You're going to see the whole thing take place from beginning to end.
Morgan is an idiot, and he thinks all of Americans are idiots, and all the people who sponsored this film are idiots.
So ultimately, what we want to try and do is create what is the Iron Man of documentaries. Everything from top to bottom is branded from beginning to end. First time ever, documentary with collector cups.
They're going to be on that like a wet T-shirt. Is there a plot?
This is the movie right now.
I think the thing to do is go get a client.
Can we please get Mane and Tail to be the sponsor? What are the words that you would use to describe Ban? Ban is blank.
That's a great question.
Meta. Wes Craven must have had a conversation with them. The reason I love this movie, okay, Morgan Spurlock is one of those documentarians that, like, you can tell he just has fun with the topics that he selects.
Right.
And nothing he, yes, obesity, you know, with Super Size Me is a big issue and stuff like that, but it's never really something that's like life-threatening. Maybe obesity kind of is, but when you focus it on eating McDonald's for a month, you know you're just having fun with it. So to have this conversation about product placement in movies, and I love, okay, I love product placement in movies. Not so much that I love the reason why it happens, but it's always fun to pinpoint, you know what I mean?
Especially when it's brazen.
Oh, God, when it's just awful.
And he's so brazen and shameless about it.
Yeah.
They're fake ads.
Well, so are some of the movies that come out, though.
Yeah.
Yum.
You'll notice, because he shoots fake ads for prospective sponsors in it and does it in a way that you'll go, oh yeah, there's a lot of that in other movies.
Yeah, I
And
mean,
his version of it is so much funnier than other people.
No one says that. No one acts that way. And frankly,
Nobody acts that way.
no one acts that way. It's unnatural. And it's forced.
The film starts off as this examination of kind of product placement and the world of marketing and advertising, and in the end, I ultimately become what we're kind of critiquing in the beginning of what this whole thing's about, as it kind of comes full circle.
You mentioned Morgan Spurlock being lighthearted, and he is, and a lot of comparisons he gets are with Michael Moore, because they both put so much of themselves into their movies.
yes.
I find Morgan Spurlock much more likable, much less
by far.
stuffy and pretentious than Michael Moore, and that goes a long way for me to enjoy his
We
movies.
want to sell the above-the-title sponsorship for $1 million.
Is it going to be Palm Wonderful?
So does $1 million come with a 100% guarantee?
For me, yes.
We're in.
Out of this film may come a transformed, corporatized Morgan Spurlock. That's your challenge.
Well, have you got a pair of these? With product placement, what do you think should be done?
There should be some little pop-up that comes on and says advertisement. It could be a scroll at the bottom, it could be a little pop-up, whatever. At the moment people are being advertised to, they should know they're being advertised to.
What you have now is artists partner up with different brands to kind of get that extra push.
Sell, sell, sell.
Palm Wonderful presents the greatest movie ever sold.
Where should I be able to go where I don't see one bit of advertising?
To sleep.
And what I love about these, he brings you into these backroom conversations where, and this is where my problem starts happening with it, is because he starts making deals with them.
Right.
And he's like, you know, we'll put your product on this, we'll slap it on some mugs, we'll put it on the side of a Mini Cooper, and then you know, you see all this stuff happening, but then what's the trick to all this is what makes it infuriating are the rules that come with it.
Absolutely.
Stacks of contracts that say, oh yeah, you can do this, but you can't do this, 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 and this, and this, and we don't want to be associated with this, and you can't say this. And so, he abides by these rules, but the thing is that he shows how in, Hollywood cinema today, they have to abide by rules. So like, when Spider-Man's grabbing that Dr. Pepper, there's probably a stack of things that they said that Spider-Man could not do around that Dr. Pepper can.
Absolutely.
And that's where it's artistic creation being controlled by marketing. And that's the problem of what's really being, what's going on behind the closed doors.
Another reason why I really like this is Morgan Spurlock had something to atone for. His last theatrical release was Where in the World is Osama bin Laden, which was a disastrous misstep.
It'd be a short documentary now.
Yeah. This, he's back on his game. There's actually a really interesting section set in Brazil talking about outdoor advertising and how Brazil has done away with it.
Yeah. That's what's cool about it. I mean, like, with Spurlock, you always get the funny with a dash of seriousness. And so he's showing how the world could be if there was no advertising, which I think it's amazing. I mean, and it's funny because you would think that, I mean, you look at our world today. I mean, I'm looking around this room right now, and I see tons of advertising. Yum. Oh. And you think, like, if it all disappeared, what would happen? And everybody is saying, would it be, detrimental? And everybody thought it would be, but for this country, no, it wasn't. And they actually enjoy it. And they're like, wow, we got to be more artistic in our world.
Go figure.
Yeah, shocking.
By the way, I'm going to give you a spoiler alert because a lot of the movie concerns whether he's going to get sponsorship. The name of the film is actually Palm Wonderful Presents the Greatest Movie Ever Sold.
Which, if you know what, they should make a drinking game out of this movie. Because every time he's doing an interview and sipping a Palm Wonderful pomegranate juice, take a shot, and you will be hammered in about 3 minutes because it is hilarious. So
it's probably the most crowd-pleasing documentary I've seen in quite some time. Very enjoyable, thought-provoking. I give it 3.5 stars.
Yeah, you know what? I haven't had this much fun with a documentary in a long time, and I walked out with a smile on my face and seeing things that I'd already known before, but then reevaluating and going, wow, it's screwed up the way it is. But you know what? What are we gonna do about it? And except drink a Dr. Pepper. So I give it 4 stars. I absolutely loved it. I think you should race out to the theaters and go check this out. So there you have it. So after this message, we're gonna be reviewing the Mel Gibson's Return of the Beaver. We'll see what happens.
Something will happen.
Something happens.